Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. For every Vastu construction, there must always be a compound wall. The scriptures mention that there's 3 different types of compound wall one can build. If one is very poor, at least one should use thorny bushes or barbed wire. Better than that is a trench or a ditch around the perimeter, and the first class compound wall is made of bricks or stone and mortar. Today I want to show you an example on compound wall using bricks and cement, gravel, sand, the standard materials or the standard procedures that are used in the West. So let me show you the detail. After leveling the land and marking our perimeter with a string, we can begin the construction of the compound wall. The compound wall works on a very basic principle, which is a skeleton, some sort of bone system that will support the weight of the bricks and will prevent the wall from collapsing. In the West, the standard way of doing this is using steel. In Mexico specifically, we can buy pieces of already assembled steel. It's called armex. And we basically put these pieces together, join them with pieces of wire, and then fill them up with concrete. Every 3 meters there must be a pillar, and these pillars are the first part that we need to pour. These are called a shoe or a basement. Once the shoes are set, then we continue by pouring cement on the lower, is called a chain, and we put concrete all around that. Once we have that second stage, then we can start laying the bricks. We're using a piece of string to maintain a very clear level in which we're going to lay our line of bricks. First we put a little bit of mortar on the line itself, and then we mortar the brick, which is called buttering, and then we start gluing them together. In this example we are using 1 centimeter of mortar, and this is because our bricks have slight differences in size, so we can keep the wall looking very nice without having to become very strict on our brick quality control. Once the bricks have been laid, the only thing left is to pour the concrete on the pillar, the column. This is the armex piece that has been already joined to the bottom chain, and what we need to do is basically put 2 pieces of wood on each side, hold them tight together with wire, and then our standard mixture of concrete, we pour it from the top until we fill up that column, and this will join those 2 walls very tightly, and it will support also side stress if someone like a cow happens to scratch on the wall. So once we have completed this, then we can only do the extra steps of ornaments, make the pillars a little more beautiful, paint, etc., etc. After having finished the compound wall, one feels a very strong sense of peace. And this is because we are following the Vastu scriptures. There is a set of rules that are called Ayadi Shadvarga. These are used to calculate the exact dimensions of the compound wall, and there's also some rules on where the doors should be. Vastu science is quite extensive, so one must dedicate some time to study it or hire a professional in order to succeed. By finishing this compound wall, we are creating a grid where the Vastu Purusha resides. The Vastu Purusha is a deity, and it has certain sensitive points within this grid. We should not put any heavy pillars or heavy objects on these sensitive points, especially not the center part, not invade it, because this is what is called a Brahmastan. All these details we'll explain later on and further in the series, but if you have any questions or comments, please add them below or visit our website, thevedicway.org. Thank you. Hare Krishna.